Welcome to Facebook Live. This is the ultimate way to face your fears. I'm Richard Aturnji and welcome to today's Crush Wednesday. Now, what episode are we up to? I believe we are up to episode 55. If you are tuning in for the first time, what you want to be doing is you just want to say hello, where you're tuning in from, and what are you doing today? Are you training somebody? Are you waiting for a client? Are you watching this on replay? Just let me know. I'm in our Com HQ, in our office here. If you've never been to us, listen, some of you in this group, because you might have been to an event, you would have heard me speak, you would have heard a talk, you would have watched a Marketing Essentials program. So if you have watched or been to any of our events, just let me know where you've been and what you've been doing. All right, today we're talking about the ultimate way to face your fears. Very interesting topic today. Kind of a mindset topic. With these kind of lives, we're doing a whole array of different topics. From mindset, we're interviewing our success stories of trainers who have been in the industry for a while. Thank you for the likes. I think that was Phil I just saw. And today's topic I think is a really important topic because without understanding how you can push past fear to drive ultimate success, a lot of the time we'll be stuck in fear. And fear is something that we create in our mind. It's created by us. And it's created by us from the boundaries and the restrictions that we put into place and our expectations and our limitations and where we see fit. So it's definitely created by us. However, there are some strategies that we can use to get fear working for us instead of against us. So that's what I want to talk about today. And if you are joining me, make sure you don't just like it, you wow it, you love it, you comment, just so I know that you're tuning in. And a few episodes I said, guys, it's really important to make sure that when you want to take your business to the next level in marketing and business, it's really important to ensure that you engage, that you say hello, that you communicate, because this helps you to figure out, how to do a Facebook Live, how to engage, and how to then duplicate this and get that same context going to your industry and to your audience, most importantly, in your community. Guys, your community is the most important thing to you, and you need to make sure that you serve that community well. And so at the end of the day, you want to make sure that this is a ripple effect. If you can get this information and you can pass it on, that's what you want to be doing today. So today, I want to talk about this strategy around fear. Now, I was reading an article before, and there's this article, I'm just reading it out right now for you. It says, you can run fear, or you can be run by fear. I love that quote. I mean, I don't know if it's a quote, but it was an article and I just read it. You can run fear, or you can be run by fear. Now, isn't that just amazing? Because I think that sums up, the entire Facebook Live today and what I really wanted to get through. Because a lot of the time, fear is part of the human condition. That's just what we're made up of. However, fear is really, when you think about it, fear is the opposite of what we want as humans. What we want as humans is generally love. And so love is a mixture of all the things, positive emotions and all the feel-good feelings. That's what love is. But fear is the complete opposite. Fear is the negative emotions. Fear is the anxiety. Fear is the depression. Fear makes you feel bad. Fear is like that worrying that you have in your stomach, that sickness that you have in your stomach. And that's what we think fear is, which it is. Now, it's up to us how we respond to these feelings of anxiety, of bottling everything up inside us and we're not sure what to do. And, that just turns into a ball of fear. We get, who's experienced fear? Comment below if you've experienced fear. I'd love to know, when you experience fear, what are the items that you experience? Do you feel like sick in the stomach? Do you have a headache? Do you get thirsty? What is the thing that you feel when you have fear? Let me know what that looks like for you. So guys, today if you're tuning in now, we're talking about the ultimate way to face your fears. What is the ultimate way to face your fears? Now, I've got a few ideas around this. I've tried a few options. Now, I get fearful, everybody gets fearful, but I think what we're going to talk about today is how to control the fear, how to tame the fear. And when you can tame the fear, you can run fear instead of fear running you. So, let's flip it and let's talk about the advantage of having fear. And you're thinking, well, Richard, there's no advantage of having fear. Well, there might be some advantages to having fear. So let's talk about this. I've got a few points for you. So fear helps you to get the edge of your comfort zone. So we know that our comfort zone is here. Fear is like going to here. So it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? So when you're at that comfort zone, you're in a comfortable state. But when you want to push through past fear, you're in the uncomfortable zone. You're in a zone that you've never been before. And so you're not sure what path to take. You're not sure what to do. And when you're not sure what to do, you're not sure what path to take, you've never driven on that road before, you've never been at that level of business, you've never had that many people in your boot camp, you've never had to run a class by yourself. These are all new items for you. So this is the edge of your comfort zone. So the question is it good to be at the edge of your comfort zone? Because generally what happens, the success happens outside your comfort zone. And just think of this concept. I was actually down at the ocean this morning. I was out at Wanda Beach down there, and it was freezing, it was raining, it was grey clouds, there was nobody in the water, and at that point there was like, oh, nobody's in the water, maybe the beach is closed, maybe, and usually it's quite busy, maybe the rain will get me wet, maybe it's going to be just dark, and at the end of the day I went in the ocean anyway, and when I got out of the ocean, I felt amazing. I felt great. Because I lived outside the comfort zone of like, oh, you know what, I'll just skip that. I'll do it tomorrow. So when you do something that's challenging or hard, or people say not to do it and you've accomplished it, it means then you have that win in your mind. And when you have that win in your mind, now your comfort zone has moved up a notch, and then you can get to the next stage in your business, in your marketing, in your life. So that's point one. Now, if you are tuning in, guys, we are talking the ultimate way to face your fears. Welcome, Andrew, to the live, guys. If you are joining, very important to comment and say hello. You know I love the comments. You know that. So feed my ego and feed the comments, because that helps you. That helps me most importantly understand. What are we talking about, and is it helping you? Okay, venturing into the unknown is number 2. So when you're into that unknown, that's where that ultimate advantage lies. But is that fearful? Being the unknown? Yes, that is fear. So does that mean fear is good? Possibly. Possibly fear might be good to get you into the unknown. Helps the brain to explore. The brain needs to be stimulated. It needs to start looking and listening to different things. It needs to start evolving. So when you can start to do that, that's only going to happen in fear, because you're actually in a different state. And it could help you to focus better as well, fear. It could actually help you to focus better. The reason why I say that is because when you can actually put the focus into something that's hard, that you've never done before, instead of having a to-do list is like, oh yeah, I can do that stuff. But when you have one major hard task to do, you'll put a lot of energy and a lot of focus in there. It's like the 10x principle, the 10x rule. I think I've spoken that before. When you think you want to get 10 people to your boot camp, you need to aim for 100. Because that means all your energy will go into that process, and you'll definitely get your 10. You may not get 100, you might get 10. But if you don't aim for 10 times, you might get 2 people. So it's really just going that leap above and saying, you know what, this is going to be hard. This is going to be cold. The water's going to be freezing if I get in. This is going to be hard to fill my boot camp up. This is going to be hard to change an online business model. It's going to be hard. So that's the advantage of fear. Now, if there's advantage to fear, where does the problem usually occur with fear? Well, the problem is this: when our mind says, you know what, I don't have the right roadmap, not sure what to do, never done it before, I don't want to make another mistake. That's certainly me. I don't want to make another mistake, so you know what, I just won't do it. Who's been in that situation? I'd love to know. And which one resonates with you? You've never done it before, not sure what to do, you don't have the right roadmap, you don't want to make another mistake. I'm certainly number 4. I don't want to make another mistake, so I just won't do it, or I'll be fearful, or I'll put it off. I'll put it off. What do you do when you go through fear? You put it off. As I said, you can go into anxiety, you block everybody out, you decide not to do anything, and you freeze, and nothing happens. And so these are all characteristics of fear. But once you understand what's happening with your body with fear, you can start to reverse it. And I want to run through some strategies today to reverse it. Here goes. So I've got about 5 different strategies today. And if you are joining, guys, just make sure you comment. I'd love to know which one resonates with you. Which problem do you have and which one resonates with you? Is it never done it before, not sure what to do, don't have the right roadmap, or don't want to make another mistake. Nobody wants to make more mistakes, but these are some solutions that I've tried that work. Now again, it's like everything, you do it once, you don't just eliminate fear. Fear's always going to be around. It's just where your comfort zone lies and how much you can do around that concept. So number one is to address the fear. So basically acknowledge that you have this fear. That you have a fear of something and it's now influencing how you feel and your emotions. So just acknowledge it, number one. Number two is write your fears down. This is a big one. Now I'm talking about, it could just be like literally a piece of paper you get like this. You get a pen like this. Can be a comm pen if you want. And you write everything down that's kind of like making you feel the way you're feeling. And you write everything down. And when you write it out, you get it out. You get it out of here. And then what happens, when it's on a piece of paper, the fear now is reality. And so you can see what's in the mind, and that turns into reality of fear. Now, when things are reality, you can work with it. But when things are not a reality and you haven't put the concepts together, or you're thinking because of a past history, it's going to help you to understand, well, what that fear is. And so just write everything down. Write your problem, and then basically write the fear that you have around that. So write the problem that you're having and the fear that you have around that. That's what you want to be doing, okay? Now, you might just leave this piece of paper here, and you might simmer over it, I call it. You want to simmer over it, you might leave it there. I always think when we're talking about this is another point I want to talk about, is never act on an emotion. So if you've written all these things down and say, right, let me quickly find the solutions, and you're ringing everybody frantic, you're telling your clients, we're switching the sessions around, we're doing this, we're doing that. What happens, it gives you more anxiety, more fear. So what you want to do is you write it down. You want to leave it there. You want to keep the piece of paper there. And you want to simmer it. It's like, cooking a lamb roast or a slow cooked dinner. You want to simmer it. You want to smell the flavors. You want to talk it. You want to read it again. You want to start to understand, okay, what does it all mean? Where's it come from? Just leave it there. And then what you want to do is, when you're ready, you want to start to build a plan around these problems and these fears. And you want to break them down. Now, to build a plan around it, you might want to seek help. You might want to take some more time before you decide on what to do. You might just want to get clarity on each point of why you're feeling that way. And most importantly is you want to write down your plan to overcome your fear, based on the action items that you know that you've done before. Now, a lot of the items you won't be able to complete because they're probably very new to you. So you might just write, need to get help, or need to Google something, or need to get a referral, or need to go see, or need to make this call. I need to put it in my diary. A lot of the things that I fear about on a day-to-day is that sometimes if we're busy and I've got a few things going on, it seems a lot in my head. When I write it down, what do? I just put everything in my diary, and I say, call that person, do this, and I just put notes in my diary. And because I'm in a state of like, oh, I'm busy, fear, I can't have time to put my diary, I don't have time to do that. But when you actually put in your diary, it's a scheduled time, and you're going to action it then. So what I try to do is I try to put my fears everywhere, my action stuff everywhere, and then that gets it out of mind, knowing, okay, it's locked in my diary for that time, or it's written on a piece of paper to do then. So that's why I never act on an emotion, because you're never going to complete your list in that 5 minutes you're writing it down. You just got to put everything in time. This is going to take me 2 weeks. This is going to take me 2 days, etc., etc. Joey wants to join my video. Let me know if that's a mistake. Let me know. And then at the same time too, number 5 is, as I said, you want to go ask for help. You may want to go ask for help here. Like, asking for help is, I always say, conversations cure confusion. Conversations cure confusion. So when you're able to have a conversation with somebody, it cures a lot of the confusion that's happening in your mind. And knowing that you're not alone then, and talk to somebody else out. And then this thing in the head, the fear, because it was on paper, then you're talking it over with somebody, then what happens, it now starts to get cured. And your fear that actually got you there is actually getting you to the next stage in your business, in your marketing, in your life. Let me know if this makes sense, guys. And yeah, as I said, build a plan. So the solution is address the fears, write your fears down, never act on emotion, and then build a plan around them. And as you build a plan around them, you most likely will need some help, because a lot of the fears that you have, you've probably never been there before. And that's the reason why we have the fears. Does that make sense? Let me know. I just thought I'd come to you today with Crush Wednesday, really talking about a topic that I think is practical in running a business and practical in that world. And that's what we are talking about today. Ultimate way to face your fears in Crush Wednesday. Now, guys, has that helped? Let me know. If you're watching on this replay, which I'm sure a lot of people will be watching on the replay, I'd love to know your comments. What is the biggest fear that you've had? And have you been able to solve it by working through a plan, a process, and writing it out? Or have you got other solutions to fear? Do you love fear? Do you hate fear? I'd love to know your comments on that. What are your thoughts on fear, and how does that react to you? Let me know. How does that react to you? All right. Guys, I just want to recap where we're at. And if you're just joining us, this is what we're going through. This is what we've gone through. So first, talk about what is fear. Remember, it's the opposite of love. Fear is literally the opposite of what we want. But if we think about something, and we think about moving across from fear and taking fear and thinking that, fear is a good thing. Fear show the edge of your comfort zones. Fear will help you get into the unknown. Fear helps the brain to explore. Fear helps you to focus better because you have to put all your attention there. Fear can be definitely a bad thing, 100%. But at the same time too, if you look at fear correctly, with a level head, fear is probably one of the greatest gifts that we can be given, because fear is the only thing that gets us outside our comfort zone. Getting outside the comfort zone will get you growing your fitness business. It will get you growing your boot camp, your wellness business, your health company. It will get you growing to the next stage in your future career and your lifestyle. So guys, the only reason why fear is the fear that we know it of is because we don't solve the solution. We don't solve the problem. Now, we need to solve that. Some of the solutions is address the fear. Okay, know that you're having fear. Write your fears down, your problems down. Build a plan around the long term. Never act on an emotion of fear. If something's happened, never act. Just wait on it. Cool, level head first. I always have, if something happens that day, I always do it the next day when I've got a clearer head and I can think better. And number 5, ask for help. Ask for help. That's what I want to talk about today. Now, at the start, I said a great quote that I loved. I read it actually on an article, it wasn't my quote. You can run fear, or you can be run by fear. I think I'll leave it there, guys. You can run fear, or you can be run by fear. That's Crush Wednesday, coming live 9:29. We do this every Wednesday at 9:29. And guys, if you are watching this on a replay, most importantly, wow it, like it, share it. And just the price for this is free. But all I ask you to do is, all you have to do really is just tell a friend about this group, or tag a colleague into this video. And just that alone is going to help somebody else. It's going to make you feel better, and it's going to break down fear around us, so everybody can be in a more positive state, in a more positive zone. Guys, I know I haven't talked about Facebook ads or Instagram or marketing, that kind of stuff, but honestly, if you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to get any of those items out of your head. So thanks for tuning in. Angela, I got you here. Raymond, sorry I missed your call. Eleanor, Phil, Andrew, good to have you here. Always good to have everybody here on the Crush Wednesday. And of course, a big shout out if you're watching it on replay. Massive shout out if you're watching it on replay. And if I've missed anybody, Phil, good to have you here. If I've missed anybody, it means that you haven't wowed or commented, so I don't actually know that you're watching. So that's it from me for Crush Wednesday. A very short, sharp episode. I don't want to use any of your time up because I don't have anything else to say about fear. I think that's just it. Go and make it work. Turn fear into love. Turn fear into a positive, not a negative. And start to see your business grow from strength to strength. I'll see you next time on Crush Wednesday. Bye for now, guys.